Hi, I'm Annika, and today I'm going to be discussing the reading strategy of using concept maps. Um, Concept maps you can implement in any classroom. I'm going to be using this in a 8th grade social studies classroom. So concept maps help students visualize various connections between words or phrases and a main idea. There are several types of concept maps. Some are hierarchical, while others connect information without categorizing ideas. Most are comprised of words and phrases surrounded by a circle or square that connect to another and ultimately back the main idea through graphic lines. These lines help students to negotiate meaning as they read and make the meaning connections between the main idea and other information. Some benefits of this strategy is that they have been shown to support struggling readers and English learning readers by building off students' prior knowledge and asking them to reflect on their understanding while reading. They are easy to construct and can be used across all content areas. How do you create and use this concept map strategy? Well, there are several ways to construct concept maps for middle and high school students. Model your students how you identify the major ideas presented in a reading as you read. Organize your ideas into categories if applicable to the type of concept map you choose. Remind students that your organization may change as you continue to read and add more information. Use lines or arrows to represent how ideas are connected to one another, a particular category, or a main concept. You can use concept maps as a pre-reading strategy by inviting students to share what they already know about a particular concept. And then you could come back and make another concept map during your reading. As students begin reading, they're able to meld their prior knowledge with new information and everything they have gathered from that reading. After students have finished the guide, encourage them to share their concept maps with another in pairs or small groups works. This will allow students to share and reflect on how they each interpreted the connections between concept maps and the words. Encourage students to use the concept map to summarize what they have read, organize their writing on the concept, or to create a study guide for their own studying. I'm going to show you a few examples of concept maps because, like I said previously, there are a few different kinds you can use and they're all applicable to different topics that you're teaching. So for this first one I'm going to share with you, it looks really simple. The concept you put in the middle and the ideas are around it. Now obviously you can add as many ideas as you can, but for lack of space, we put 4. So for example, you could talk about the North American fur trade with this concept mapped. In the middle you put North American fur trade, and then for the ideas you could put everything that falls under that. The fashion, the hunting, the trading, the Hudson Bay Company, anything that really has affiliated with the North American fur trade. Secondly, I'm going to show you this cause and effect concept mapped. Like I said previously, you can use arrows and other graphic icons that will assist you in your graphic organizer. So for example, for the cause and effect, if you're teaching about the Civil War, the cause would be all the disputes and conflicts between the North and the South, slavery, the agricultural versus industry, and then the effect would obviously be the Civil War. Thirdly, I made a timeline. Timelines are really helpful because they help you see stuff over a measure of time. For example, you could talk about the Great Migration to America and how waves of immigrants came over throughout the decades. And lastly, this concept map is a little bit more branched, so you could talk about more specific things. My example, we could talk about government and legislative branch. And the 2 ideas you would use would be the House of Representatives and the Senate. And then from there, you would branch what they control and what they represent. For example, the House of Representatives would represent the populations, and the Senate would represent the states. And then further from there, you could add more information. So I hope that helps you in understanding more about the concept maps. Like I said, you can use this in a variety of different classrooms, and you can use concept maps that will fit whatever your topic that you're teaching. Thank you.